A picturesque landscape enveloped in trees, Cheeseman Park offers a sanctuary apart from the busyness of central Denver. However, beneath the feet of unsuspecting guests, the land of Cheeseman Park holds a sinister history. Two unseen children still frolic the park, giggling with merriment. Can park-goers see the silhouettes of headstones amid the dangling tree branches? As families enjoy a weekend's picnic, will they be held to the ground by a phantom force? Join TSCP as we investigate
Cheeseman Park.
Although its beginning origins are unclear, the land is rumored to have been an ancient burial ground of the Arapaho. In 1859, William Larimer Jr. buried a body on the future location of Cheeseman Park and called the cemetery Mount Prospect. It was later referred to as Denver's City Cemetery. The cemetery soon became the resting place for various ethnic and religious groups, some including Jewish, Chinese, Masons, Protestants, and Roman Catholic. Purportedly, many vagrants were also buried at Mount Prospect, and the cemetery earned various nicknames, including Old Boneyard and Boot Hill, and the bourgeois populace of the area complained of its unsightly condition. In 1890, Colorado Senator Henry Moore Teller persuaded U.S. Congress that the cemetery was unpleasant and should be made into a park. At this point, the lands became known as Congress Park. Present-day Congress Park is now separate from Cheeseman Park due to residential developments. The Roman Catholic portion of the cemetery was given to the Denver Diocese and was renamed to Mount Calvary. From 1891 to 1950, bodies were moved to the new Mount Olivet Cemetery in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. By 1950, this portion of the land was sold back to the city of Denver and was later made into the Denver Botanical Gardens. Still aiming for the construction of a park, the city gave families of the deceased a short amount of time to relocate their loved ones. Those who had the significant financial means to do so had no qualms over this demand, but others were unable to oblige, leaving roughly 5,000 bodies unclaimed. The area was left untouched for years, and eventually the city of Denver contracted with E.P. McGovern, a local undertaker. His job was to dig up the bodies, put each into a new casket, and relocate them to Riverside Cemetery at $1.90 per body. Apparently, McGovern quickly saw the warped potential for financial gain. To increase his profits, he chopped corpses into multiple pieces and divided these pieces into child-sized caskets. It soon became evident that a disproportionate number of child-sized caskets were being transported. This triggered an investigation by the health commissioner, and the project was immediately shut down. This made the cemetery attractive to grave robbers, who further desecrated the graves. Denver's new Congress Park still housed approximately 2,000 bodies, was littered with bones, and discarded and broken headstones served as children's playground equipment. And it remained this way for several years. Eventually, the city filled the empty and desecrated graves with trees and shrubs, hoping that the cemetery's ghastly past and the 2,000 bodies would be forgotten. Walter M. Cheeseman, a massive contributor to various innovations in Denver, made a substantial donation towards the Roman Doric Pavilion. Thus, the park was again renamed to Cheeseman Park in 1907. Present day, workers are still stumbling across the forgotten remains, such as the case in 2008 when construction of a parking garage for the Denver Botanical Gardens was halted when 2 rows of coffins were found. And in 2010, workers found 4 intact skeletons when working on irrigation in Cheeseman Park. Many urban legends coincide with the history of Cheeseman Park. Some have reported hearing the unnerving giggles of children or seeing the outline of tombstones in the moonlight. Others have reported feeling a heavy sensation when laying on the grass, unable to get up. Having explored Cheeseman Park several times, we unfortunately did not come across the giggles of ghostly children. After laying on the grass, all we experienced were a plethora of bees who chased us off with a goodbye sting to the foot. And although many pictures and videos were taken during our time there, we did not see the tombstones. However, this does not mean in any way that we are negating the experiences of others. During our spirit communication sessions, we did, however, catch EVPs. We understand these sessions can be somewhat difficult to hear, but we have chosen to leave them in their original state as to not alter the integrity of the EVPs, and to provide full disclosure and transparency to our audience.
Do you ever mess with people when you lay in the grass?
Have you been left behind here?
What part of City Park were you buried in?
Does the name Walter Cheeseman mean anything to you? Are you stuck here at this park?